Well, hello again. Now, I promised you guys I was going to take you on location, and you're probably wondering where I am now. Well, I'm here in the Daily Mail newsroom in West London. The reason is I've been parachuted down to present our new, there you go, Transfer Confidential show. And if you click on the link in the description below here, it will take you through to the show which myself and my colleague Sammy Markbell produced. Now, it's available at Mail Online, YouTube and Mail Plus, so please go and have a watch. Now, I know the majority of viewers on this channel are Newcastle United supporters, so before we got started today, we were creating a little bit of a studio here in my boss's office, and someone was sent out to buy football shirts of the top Premier League clubs. Let's just have a little look, should we? Arsenal, Manchester City, Tottenham, Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, there's one glaring omission there. The last I heard, the person was sent out not to buy shirts from the top 10 clubs. This isn't a show about the top half of the Premier League. It's the top of the Premier League. Yeah, Newcastle United. I think we're going to have to do something about that and put the shirt in there for tomorrow if we're going to keep my own subscribers to this channel happy. So, no, I hope you've stuck with me to this point, because I know the reason you're probably here is to get the latest news on Newcastle United and what they're doing from a transfer perspective. Now, there are details within the Transfer Confidential show, as I said, which is available in the link below there. But what do I know, or at least what do I think I know? Well, yeah, Jonjo Shelvey is currently in Nottingham undergoing a medical. I've heard nothing that would suggest there's going to be any hitches there. That deal will go through, 2.5-year contract, and it's a permanent as well. So why did it happen? Well, Eddie Howe was a big fan of Jonjo Shelvey. You know, he's made that clear from the start. Remember when Eddie first came in and we asked him in a press conference, which one player has caught your eye? And he, out of all of them, I didn't think he would do this because this isn't Eddie's normal sort of modus operandi. He did pick Jonjo Shelvey, and I think it was just until you see Jonjo at close quarters and training every day, you're quite taken by that technical ability, really. Every pass in the book, as Bobby Robson used to say about Hugo Viana. Jonjo Shelvey was a better player for Newcastle than Hugo Viana was. But anyway, yeah, but the situation is Jonjo's got 6 months left to run on his deal. He loves Newcastle, loves the area. You know, his children are in school here, they play football here. But I just think the security of a 2.5-year deal, as opposed to probably being out of contract in the summer at Newcastle. Now, if he'd come back from injury, he was 2 matches away from triggering an extension. But I just think Newcastle will look at that, and they will take into account that he's missed most of the season through injury. His age, into his 30s now, he's a big earner. And Newcastle will probably go in a different direction to Jonjo Shelvey. So while the news is a shock to a degree, I think all things considered, it probably makes sense for all parties. Now, the one person it probably doesn't make a great deal of sense for right now in his mind is Eddie Howe, because he's bothered about the immediacy of this season, with Newcastle still fighting, you know, for on 2 fronts, the Carabao Cup tomorrow night at home to Southampton and the top 4 challenge, and he wants all the bodies he can get, especially a player he likes like Jonjo. So this was a story which I broke last night. Newcastle have made an inquiry for Sander Berge of Sheffield United. Now, I did say this in the Transfer Confidential show, so I'm sort of kind of rehashing old jokes, but you know, there's no harm in that. If, as a reporter, you can get the words hijack and exclusive into one story, you're doing well. And as we brought you last night on Mail Online, Newcastle are looking to, we'll have a little walk through, should we walk past the Mail Online desk? Newcastle are looking to, quote, hijack Fulham's move for Sander Berge. Now, will that happen? At the moment, the vibes we're getting aren't particularly strong. I think it's going to be a difficult deal to do. The problem they've got is that Fulham are offering cash up front now, whereas Newcastle will be a loan with a view to a permanent. Now, Sheffield United probably would get more money if they went with that option down the line, but given the transfer embargo and all the issues they've got at that club now from a financial perspective, I think they would probably prefer the Fulham deal. That was the latest information as of an hour, a couple of hours ago. So I haven't got a great deal of confidence from a Newcastle perspective that deal will be done, but nonetheless, we've had it confirmed that an offer has gone in. They are exploring the possibility of bringing the Norwegian to St James's Park. Now, would it be a good move? I saw quite a bit of Sander Berge when he first signed for Sheffield United a couple of years ago. I used to go down to Bramall Lane to cover United when they were first back up in the Premier League under Chris Wilder. He was only 21, 22 then. I always thought he played with a maturity about him, and I can see why he would be an Eddie Howe type of player. Great size, you know, 6'5", athletic, gets about the park, and he still is only 24. So again, the argument we used with Anthony Gordon, players who are open to improvement and scope for improvement. And if you want to work with any boss in the Premier League right now from that perspective, then it probably is Eddie Howe. Now, if the Berge deal doesn't work out, and the latest info is they still are in there, but it's going to be very difficult, where could they go? Now, I brought you this news last night, and there was a certain degree of unrest amongst those who responded to it as to why Newcastle's business could perhaps be done, and if it's not, it will only be a loan deal that they're looking to arrange. Now why is that? Well, it's FFP, you know. Anthony Gordon has just joined for 45 million pound, rising to 45 million pound, and Newcastle had already brought forward some of the business from this year into the previous windows as well. So the message coming out of St James's Park is that FFP is real, and it does limit what they do. I don't think they can go out and spend another 30-40 million pound on a midfielder as perhaps Eddie Howe would like. Does that bring into play Conor Gallagher? Now, this is a story we brought you earlier on the Mail. It was broken elsewhere first, the fact that Everton had made a £40 million bid for Gallagher, funnily enough, with the Anthony Gordon money. But, you know, we brought you the news. Conor Gallagher doesn't want to go to Everton. He wants to stay at Chelsea, but that is going to be a surplus of players there come the end of this window if the Enzo Fernandez deal goes through. To that end, if Newcastle can put together, and other clubs can put together a package, and Conor Gallagher is told he's got to leave Stamford Bridge, now I think Newcastle would be interested in that if there was a view to a loan with an obligation to buy, and the bar has been set now at 45 million pound by Chelsea. Would Newcastle go that far? We'll wait and see. It's a possibility. It is something they will no doubt be considering and exploring right now and looking at, because Eddie Howe is a huge fan. You know, Conor Gallagher has been on their radar for a while now, so that is one we're chasing more on. There could be updates as the next 24 hours unfold. Elsewhere, Harrison Ashby is on Tyneside. Medicals were planned for today. We've heard nothing to say that deal won't go through. So we're looking at a £3 million arrival from West Ham there. 21-year-old hasn't played a great deal for West Ham, but when you see the clips and when you speak to people around it, you know, they really do think they've hit upon a little mini Kieran Trippier there, and bearing in mind he's going to be backup for the current Newcastle captain in that position at right back. Well, we'll see how he goes. So yeah, we'll just have a little wander here. Here's where all the magic happens in the Mail, guys. There you go. And we'll just head back into the studio to wrap up. So yeah, you know, please stay logged on to Daily Mail, Mail Online, my social media channels, Mail Plus as well. We bring you the very latest from, you know, not just Newcastle, but Transfer Confidential from, you know, all of the Premier League clubs, including, you know, some of those who aren't doing so well as well. But anyway, yeah, I don't mean to offend anyone with that comment. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. A bit bright, that, isn't it? Yeah. As I said, the link below will take you through to the maiden version of Transfer Confidential. Now, I shouldn't really be advertising a rival YouTube channel still. Please stay here. No, you can go and watch that. So yeah, leave your feedback as ever, guys. Stay in touch, take care, and I'll be bringing you another video tomorrow with the very latest on goings on in terms of Cummins, and well, there won't be any more goings in terms of Cummins at Newcastle United. Okay, take care, bye bye.